Hello. Trying to get a good thumbnail. Hi. Wait till they connect. Hello. Hi. 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 I think it's connected. So we will pick up right where we left off, working on our retopology here. I think we're almost done. Disconnect right there, here, and those are the major gaps. Okay. So for this one, I think what I'd like to do is take this and put it there. Right, like this. M at, or the other way, at last. Like this. And that should get rid of our boundary loophole. And we just want to fill up this spot. So clearly, this should connect. Also, good morning to everyone out there. Hope you're all having an amazing Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you have any questions. Right now, we're just chilling. So I could send this edge down here. That would work. Or I could send it this way. That. I think I'm going to do this way. I know I want one more cut here and here. And then it closes up a little bit nicer. Right there. It's an odd little spot right here. I think we'll close this one too. This. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't seeing that connection, but it works just fine. And then I think we take this spot. No, these two. Connect these ones. We're going to need to make some triangles. Good day, Snardum. Hello, welcome. Welcome. How is your day going? It better be going well. I'm just kidding. Hopefully it's going well. We're working on our mech here. Getting everything all wrapped up. I think we'll isolate, turn off retopology. And what we're going to do is we want the normals to look a lot nicer. Like these little odd shading spots. Thinking of what to do with the class I'm teaching. Mostly just thinking, not doing anything yet. Okay, well, heck yeah. Just start them off, have them make a custom animation. From scratch, full series. Maybe personally, I think that perhaps trying to get their things into VRChat might be a fun thing, but I'm a bit biased in that. So they have to teach object-oriented programming for now. Oh, okay, I thought you were doing Blender. I think we have to make a sharp edge here. Still doesn't look too good. Okay, then we'll do something else, which is we'll cut it. Like it's a game web dev teaching, so I'm hoping I can get Blender thing in somewhere down the line. pass along the viral addiction of Blender. Does that help? I don't know. I'll reset the values really quick. That's better. That's better. This one's still funky right here, though. Funky monkey. Maybe we cut it here and do this. Not much better. Much better. I could try to run a cut up here to this point. In order to do this. Mildly better. I don't think it's worth it, though. Don't think it's worth it. I mean, someone should. I see so many people ask things like, could I use Blender at a game company? They don't even know. They don't even know. Blender's already there. Blender's already there. Well, I'm excited for your Snardom. That'll be a lot of fun to get some learning accomplished for these youngins. Whippersnappers. Gross sounds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Nice. And then we'll do M at last and just close those up. Okay, and that gives us a nice sharp edge there. And I think we could do the same here. And this gets all discombobulated. But at least that's clear. 1, 2. This is a 5. This is an n-gon right here. We'll merge these two. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Okay. And then this edge could do with some beveling. But we need to clean this one. This got really messy right there, just from doing that. I think ideally, this just connects over. Hello, Arctic. Good morning. Send help X mirror make me cry so much. No. Oh, I'm sad. Sorry to hear that. The curse. friendship with Xmere over. Fun fact, if you turn off mirror, you only cry half as much. How's this work? If I do that. Bad, not bad at all. That works nicely. That's okay. There's probably an end gun in there somewhere, but we'll live with it. All right, I need to sit down. Time to sit down. Well, I wish you well. Try to do my baking still, but first I need to copy the old UVs over to my new mesh because it had live unwrap on, which I didn't notice for ages. That's the worst. Or just kind of subtly shifts things. Awful. Um, there is the mesh data transfer tool that I use a lot here. They do have a transfer UV map option here. I have never really used it that much, but perhaps that may help you. I don't think this one. Let's see. Just add something in there. Transfer UV. Yeah, so I think it just bases it on the vertex position instead of topology. So maybe might help. But I think it'll still kind of stretch things. If your seams are in the right spot, it'll probably work fine. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's remove some verts. Like there's a lot of places where there are just random verts seemingly to avoid tries. So I dissolved a few of those for nicer topo. Okay. Topo. Man, this is gonna look clean. A clean machine. No, this is really weird. Whatever's going on here. Um, I guess that is what I wanted. No. Yeah, that works. Okay, get this nice sharp edge there. Love that. Love that. Basically, I made a mess because I didn't know what was going on. So now I'm trying to tidy the mesh cleaner. It could be simplified, right? I'm not a fan of that. It's not good. Close that back up and find some other spots to bevel. So we want these edges looking sharp. Sharp edges. Not sharp. We want them actually looking a little soft, but we want it to be nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one's interesting. Don't know about that. Side. I've only got myself to blame. I got this model because it was cheap and messed up. I wanted to try to learn how to fix it. Hey, it's a learning experience. Learning experience, you know? If you ever have to do this for yourself, then you'll have way more power. Your wizard level will have increased. Beautiful. I love that. Gets messy right here, though. Just dissolve that edge. Solved. Here, that's fine. Here, that's fine. Perfect. I just wish I didn't have to fight the X mirror every step of the way. It is an aggressive tool. I would always say you could just mirror your model again, but I don't know what your UVs look like. Potentially, that is not an option for you. That's fine if that's ambiguous there. Okay, we just want to finish this panel right here, and then we're good to go. I actually wish I can redo this one. So I will take this edge here and collapse them. So I can, once again, select that edge. Hello, Sky. Welcome. What a nice day. Glad to hear that. It is, in fact, a great Tuesday. Powerful Tuesday. All right, that looks complete. Closed. So bevel it. Bam. All right, and our normals are looking amazing. Amazing. One last one right in here. The final touch here. Boom. Oh, yeah. And this one, I suppose. Now we've got it looking very sharp, just with our low poly. Nice. Hello, Addie. Welcome back. Welcome. I'm just chasing this down. It keeps complaining that there's not the same amount of face loops and won't copy the old UVs over. The yeah, your try amount is just a little different. Is this with the mesh data transfer add-on? Right here, this guy. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're off to a good start this Tuesday, and I hope everyone else had an amazing start to their Tuesday as well. No modifiers. No modifiers. You're doing it with a modifier. Gotcha. Um, is there a copy? Yeah, actually, there is data transfer. I would recommend getting this add-on here, the mesh data transfer, and just try it with the three, of course, backup and stuff. But if you just Google mesh data transfer Blender, you'll get to a Gumroad page. I find that this tool is amazing. I use it all the time. How much is your progress on this? I'd say we are maybe 60% done. Maybe 50%. Because I have a lot of kind of additional features I'll be making for this character. This is confusing in here. This gets really weird. Bam, I think we need another triangle right here. Bam. But yeah, we're basically almost done with the retopology stage, which is the creating the simplified mesh. We're pretty close to done with that. But then after that, we'll switch over to making all the additional models. Do I need the old one? I'm using 3.5, or will the newer version work? I believe I haven't updated it since like 3.1, so I believe it should work. I believe it should work. Because it's been a while since I updated my version. I've been a little lazy about that, but that's okay. It's okay. Develop this guy. the final little bevel. This isn't even going to be seen, but I just feel like I should do it. It just looks so much better that way. This spot's difficult. And lastly, we can cheat and just copy this text and paste it here. Or vector, I mean. There's a few other spots we could do that with as well. But we'll leave it there. That looks great. Okay, torso done. Are you drinking coffee? I am. Got a really tasty, I don't know what type of coffee it is, but it's tasty and I like it. Have I ever tried tea? Yeah, I don't it's not flavorful enough for me. I like the savory taste of coffee. I think tea is just feels like a compromise. All right, what are we missing? Moved your PC. Hello, Easy. Welcome back. Yes, I am now on a different wall. So still in the same room, but we've switched walls. All right, things are looking good. I think we just want to bevel this one as well. How are you doing? Welcome. What have you been up to, Easy? Kicking butt? Taking names? I'm all right. That's good to hear. I'm going to do quite a bit of cleanup here, but it will be worth it. Haven't been doing much really, and that's okay. Sometimes you need to rest, chillax, maxin', relaxin', up to no good. Yeah. Bam. This one's weird right here. I think that's what we're gonna go with. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna undo that, and then I'm gonna make a backup copy, and we'll call this retopo pre-leg bevel. Save. Man. Do that one more time. Maybe with this one not selected. The reason we're doing that is just get this nice sharp look, which I think is working well. Working very well. Beautiful. Okay. Still need a few other. I had one more mirror. Set it to mirror axis and copy to selected just so we can see it, kind of see the character fill out. Having tea in the morning is an essential practice in India. I think every culture now has their caffeine ritual. It's hard to live without caffeine these days. Though I find that if I'm not exercising, then I cannot have caffeine because then I just go insane. Oh, I forgot these pieces as part of the torso. Or I decided to do them separately. Sure, I can open it. Is there a particular reason? Okay, well, we just move the printer out of the room too. You want to move it in the garage or something? Yeah. I mean, it's full resin liquid right now. I'm just gonna. I'll do it later. Fair. I designed clothes for my 3D character, and now how do I make clothes? Lol. It's really just the same thing as making as making um, your avatar. You know, you're just making tubes, but it's all the same thing. A lot of people, or some people, have the impression that clothes are like different, but um, they're all the same. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same stuff in there. Right, we need to finish up our high poly jaw here. Yes, I think we'll close that. Take this, close it there, and there. All right, so now we've got the jaw, add that bevel back. Should you do them the same thickness as in reality, or is it better if the mesh is thicker? Really, your concern with clothes is how are you going to prevent clipping? Um, and what I mean by that is, will your um, will your arms come through? It worked! Yay! It is magic. It's one of my favorites. It is my favorite add-on. The best, the best of the best. But your main concern is just deciding how your arms and stuff are going to clip through your clothing. Are you going to disable your arms? Are you going to so I think that's kind of your first and foremost consideration. And any examples of how to add logos to clothes and Substance then? It would be fun to make copy some merch. There's definitely a lot of tutorials on Substance. I don't have a particular one I'd link to, but I think you would definitely be able to find one. Um, just ask GPT which is more healthy, coffee or tea. It answered tea. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. AI is gonna lie. Bam, and here. Well, you have to think about coffee in the like cultural sense. A lot of people get their coffee with like tons of additives. They're like, oh, I want my, basically just getting like a milkshake in the morning. I just drink my coffee black. But I'm glad that worked, Art. Clothes can be different if you go for sewing and simulation instead, but then you'd be modeling if you actually sew clothes first. What I'd recommend for no sugar, no sugar at all, no sugar. I prefer no sugar. Um, but what you want to look into, Sky, is the Poyomi shader has the ability to toggle sections of a mesh on and off, um, which is usually what I use to prevent clipping in your character, in my characters. Um, so I definitely recommend checking that out because there's not really a lot of good ways besides clip shapes and the toggling with a shader to prevent um, intersection of your body and your clothing. Caffeine content in coffee is generally higher than in tea, which can be a consideration for individuals sensitive to caffeine. I use caffeine because it's cheaper than Ritalin. I need some sort of control over my dopamine and serotonin. Serotonin. I don't know which the mechanism is, but uh, anything that can give me a little bit more of a focus. Um, do you use those in Unity or Blender? Sorry, the Poyomi shader is only in Unity. So that would be the Unity side of things. But for the UV toggles, you do have to uh, do a little. You have to set up your UV maps in a certain way in order to really utilize it. I like Red Bull. That's my favorite when it comes to energy drinks. Especially the yellow one. Delicious. But I don't have them too often. Usually if I'm doing like a road trip or something. And then the bevel, we're going to switch to weight so I can be a little bit more accurate with this. But hopefully that helps, Sky. If so, Poyomi does have some documentation. They have a website that you can look at and just kind of get a good idea of how everything's supposed to work together. And if you search on YouTube, you can probably find a Poyomi UV discard is the phrase for it of how to properly use the UV discard and set it up because it's great. It's honestly just an incredibly powerful way to work. Definitely recommend checking it out. You think you earned some money teaching 3D online? I've done some online classes before, or taught some. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Uh, Hard to find the time though. I may consider doing it at some point. I've thought about it a lot in the past, but I've never really gotten around to actually doing it. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. I'd like to, but also I'm a little lazy, so it sounds nice, but I have yet to execute on it. All right, this is looking cool. I like this. Dope. Oh boy, can't wait to start filing taxes. Oh, it's way more fun when you're a free or when you're an independent contractor. Hopefully, you've been uh taking out taxes, taking out money for setting aside money for taxes. Not to stress you out. I've been in very. I you know, I'm right there with you. If you happen, don't tell the IRS. I don't care who the IRS says. I'm not paying taxes. They're watching. I actually want to ask about that. Is it okay if I DM you? Absolutely. Go ahead. Nobody around me knows how to handle freelancing. Sucks. Yeah, you're welcome to. I can't say I can give the best advice, but I can tell you what I've experienced, what I've dealt with. They're watching. There's only two constants in the world: death and taxes. I may not be able to respond until lunch draw, but yeah, I'll definitely give you my insights. Bam, bam. All right, that looks much better. We can probably just delete this one. Duplicate this one. There's a lot of different little pieces here. This is going to be interesting. Can I crease this? Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. Armor design is rough. Hello, Era. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning to everyone else out there. Anyone that's lurking. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. To the stream. I need to look at the reference for the head. But yes, armor design is rough because it's not quite, especially like fantasy armor. It's all a little made up. Well, thank you. I'm excited about the armor. And then hard to get exact, but that should work. Increase this one. We'll kind of lower it a little bit. Right there. Okay, so we can make that edge. And I think we'll fill it in with a dark void in the middle so these plates can go into it and just kind of disappear. Um, there's not really anything else we can do besides cry. So let's take these sections right here, duplicate, squish them in, way in. The voids! I have a character of mine in full plate, and holy heck, I am not used to designing plate armor. Plate armor is weird. Weird. You have to think about it like if a human was a crab, is basically the thought process and how armor was made. But it's definitely odd. Crab Sona? Are knights just crab OCs? This robot also has a tail. Yes. Yes, we got a little tail on him. Well, it's a pretty big tail, but yes, he does have a tail. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now we've got this void. Plate armor can go in there. That's dope. That's dope. Everything is crab. But yeah, we got a tail on him. We already made the um, retopology for the tail. See the body there. That came out pretty well. Excuse me. Man, wow, that was quite the sneeze. 0.8. What was it? Shift Alt Control S or something to skew. Its head is looking like Grodon. It does have like some classic Digimon Transformers vibe, 90s era, which I love. Well, good alert, found a bug. No one seems to understand what I'm telling them, so we're going to end up in a meeting to explain the simple fact a button is broken. Alert. Good luck, Era. All right, now we need to fill in the inside of the mouth. And we do actually need to adjust our paneling here. Should basically go right there. Just crease it. And over here, we're going to have to move it all back. This. Because we'll need to make a throat. Man, this is going to be interesting how this all comes together. Never been good with hard surface. This looks so clean. Well, thank you. Thank you. We're figuring it out as we go. Can't say that it's very planned. Just kind of seeing how it all comes together. Thankfully, good design. Hello, Evan. Welcome. Good morning. Have you made the sketch of that robot, or were you given to make it? I always have my clients provide me sketches, so or designs. So I didn't make this drawing. Rip Sam had to invent new engineering technologies for this commission. I'm in the lab, working, twerking. Do need to make a better way to bevel. The beveling needs to be redone on this character. And we need a roof mouth. I'll crease this one as well. How do I get clients? So my usual way, or the way I right now, it's all word of mouth for the most part, which is cool. Shout out to everyone who's recommended me. Super appreciate that. um, and then, but before that, I used a Discord server called VRChat Traders. So it's specifically a like a server for people to meet up when they're looking for getting an avatar. Very, very useful. It's a great way to start because they have a verification process. They've got, and it just gives like a level of trust that when you're first starting out, you're going to need. Another big part of it, if you are looking to get into work, definitely can't recommend enough streaming. I saw good reviews on VRC Traders for Sam. Exactly. And that continues to be a great boon for me. 3 subs left to 700. We're getting there quick. Also, I realized that my YouTube subs, I think you have to click the subscribe button on the live stream in order for me to get a notification that the subscription happened. Anyway, but yeah, definitely recommend doing whatever you can if you are looking to work to reinforce the fact that you are a real human being and not a scammer, because scams do happen and it is unfortunate. And the only way to really prevent that, or to avoid people thinking you're a scammer, is to prove you are human. And I'm sure that will just continue to be the case as time goes on. I don't see that trend going away. um, so I would do what you can to prove that you're human, either by recording yourself making things or live streaming like I am. All of it helps quite a bit. And then, of course, have a portfolio. Um, Perhaps that goes without saying, but just in case. Yesterday, I saw that we're having 677 subs. It's going up quick. We got 19 subscriptions on YouTube yesterday. I'm still not convinced Sam's not a robotic overlord. I need to do a convincing like glitch. One day I'll be in it. Yeah, we're moving up on. I will probably break 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of this month, which is amazing. I'd say 70% of 3D artists you might see server are scammers. But if it makes you feel any better, it's usually about 5 guys running 30 accounts. um, Not better per se, but it's good to know. Except for VRC traders, they get purged. Yeah, because they have a verification process. The one thing you don't want to do is contact people. If you're on VRC traders, don't contact people directly unless they were specifically requested. Uh, it's better to go through the expected areas of communication. Because basically, like, did you read the rules? No, then you're probably a scammer. But it's a fantastic space. A lot of cool, of course, just amazing creativity here. Tons of cool creators out there. Shout out Draw, Frofador, Sky, anyone else that's making avatars. Big shout out to all of you. It's so cool to see how many people are making cool stuff all the time. That's what it's all about. Really, truly, that's what it is about. Making cool stuff. All right, that looks a little cleaner. And now we have the bottom of the job. Do I know Aiden Ross? I know of him. Um, I know he's on Kick somewhere. Um, Also, hello, good morning. Good morning, Adyach. Um, yes, he seems to be a very controversial figure and enjoys being controversial. So, uh, for better or worse, I'm Adi from Kick. Okay, okay, perfect. Well, welcome to the YouTube side of things. Oh, yeah, the bevel looks so good. I love beveling. I love the bevel modifier. Make my edges soft. Make my edges soft. I have two names. I'm two people. So I think I have to make this into the back of the throat, basically. I don't think there's a way I can avoid that. So what we'll do is take these two and extrude them down. you stretch? All right, so now we have this little chunk that we can move down and use to fill in the space, a few spaces, basically the space behind this little there. But there will be throat and then where these attach. Maybe I should just fill in this section. Random 3D artists keep approaching me to make stuff for me. They always feel so robotic in their conversation. Odds are they are robots. I I have had people steal my portfolio images and try to pass it off as their own work. Um, I started downloading VRChat. IDK, my laptop F up. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. The best ones are the ones that use really bad AI images to pass off as 3D models. The funny ones. No matter how sad that is, still shows there's value in your work. Well, thank you, Startup. Yeah, it's kind of a compliment in a way. It just makes me like my only worry with that is, of course, just like people actually thinking that's me, and then um, obviously, but it's really the only major concern. Just closing up these edges because I want to make this nicer. Okay. So now, why is this one weird? There's a little gap right here. I'm just going to get rid of the vertex creases. What's going? The beveling? There's some other extra. What is that? Some of them even claim to be friends with popular artists that you've commissioned and give you a sob story about why they need comms, etc. Yeah, I would say it's unfortunate because it's just a young. It reminds me of DeviantArt quite a bit. VRChat as a whole gives me a lot of DeviantArt vibes, but the sob story scams definitely remind me of VRChat. Like that's out of everything that gives me the most reminiscent vibes. What is disk in PC? It's your hard drive. It's your hard drive. There's something. What is this? Why is it floating here? Oh, I see. I get it now. I get it. There we go. Okay. Weird. Okay. But now we've got the spot on the back where these plates can attach. Chunk. And then we want a spot on the front where we'll create the bottom of throat, basically. And we'll just fill in, it'll cover up these pieces here. Bam. I don't know why Task Manager always shows that your disk is on 100% usage. I don't know if it should. Could be concerning. Unless, I mean, depends on your computer, I suppose. I don't think my computer ever shows 100% usage. But if you are using it a bunch, then that's what you'd expect, I suppose. Here, let's do just this one. Okay. Throat. Very interesting that I need to make a throat. I didn't expect that, but it totally makes sense. Just like, what are the internals of a robot? Sussy bakas, don't take that too far. Yeah, sadly, a lot of people get tricked are mostly going after the cheap price. $100 for a $2,000 job is too good to be true, but some people would rather take the risk. I have found very consistently that the people who are willing to pay that much, or only willing to pay that much, are not worth having as clients. Um, like if they're willing to pay more and they are like, you can discuss it with them and explain why it would cost more. And that's totally different conversation than like, you better give me a full avatar. And this is not as much a reflection of VRChat community. Actually, much more a reflection of the game design uh, people who commission you for game design work. That always gets a lot rougher. One more problem, bro. Also, my experience, people underestimate work they're not familiar with themselves. My 12-year-old nephew could make that attitude. It's funny because game design's like, or 3D modeling's like, it's hard. It's definitely underestimated how difficult that is. How much of just straight up engineering it is. I had this a lot in the web days. Yeah, websites are basically free. No. Okay, so I think that's what's going to work as the jaw. I think. Just a website. Just a website. Okay, I think that's gonna be okay. Maybe. I'm gonna take this face right here, or this edge, these edges, duplicate them, flatten them, put my cursor on them, delete them, and then say object set origin to cursor. Because I want to see what this looks like. Even if I've reset my laptop, but still Task Manager shows 82% memory, but all my drives are cleaned. If your hard drives are clean, it may be referring to your RAM. Not 100% sure on that. Don't really know enough about computers to say that for sure. But I feel confident. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, I think we'll take the head. And we're actually going to rotate it a little like this. Try to make it like straight. Able to score 90% new laptop in 10th. For school, 90% at their school or something. Why does it keep switching to the gimbal view? I do not want the gimbal view. No one ever wants the gimbal view. No one wants the gimbal view. Okay, so now this should open a bit better. Doesn't quite look like. I think it's just rotating in the wrong spot. I'm not. Too hungry to watch Twitch chat. Time to feast, or at least preparation. Happy blending, everyone. Sounds good, Snardom. Enjoy your food. Thanks for coming by. I hope you have a fantastic day. Good luck with getting your first class prepared. Homework, high school. Nice. Okay, I think we're good here. So I'm going to head the jaw. And we can live with that. I think that looks cool. And this will be the throat. It is kind of a small throat. The problem with it is it's just easy to see through to the other side, which looks a little different here. But I don't see any other way to do that. Yes, we have actually made the axe already. You can show that in just a moment. I think for my jaw, I'm going to take this. Oh. Like that. Then we're going to bevel this. Boom. Which will let me take this section, move it up. Maybe not super necessary. I like the look of it. I like how it looks. Bam. Bam. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that looks cooler. Clean it up a little bit more in a second. Then we need to fix this, or not fix, but scale in our neck. Scale this one out a little more. And then in the cut here. So many little tweaks to make this fit. That's 6x. Just scale in the front here. Boom. 0.8. Rotate. This is really tough. Because if the jaw moves, shouldn't the neck move with it? I think I need to lower the back of the throat. Or really just change entirely how that works. Yeah, I think what we'll do, let me think about that. I think what we have to do is that the jaw itself will be the back of the throat. And oh, this is challenging. Okay. This is actually engineering. Okay, so what we'll do first is we're just going to fill in the back here. Take this, extrude it, delete that. Okay. Go. Bam. Boom. Okay, this will work. No, I'm actually going to go edit, preferences. Quick shape is an add-on I use, but sometimes I accidentally turn it on when I don't want to. Let's get rid of that real quick. Boom. Okay, so now we have back throat. Oh, hey. Okay, got that. But I close my door real quick.
Don't throw it away. It's a okay. Love you. And see what's happy to help.
Ah. So, got the jaw still. Now, my thought is that we're probably going to Boolean cut all these objects with the jaw. And it should just move with the jaw? No. That's weird. At the very least, let's get rid of this this thing here. Bam. And close that up. Live with your parents? I live close to my mom. Do you live with your parents? And let's go ahead and bevel these. this one. And, okay, so now we're looking at something a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. Still kind of mushy, but it's improved. Has improved. All right. Yes. Yes. I like this. Okay. Then we're still going to adjust our little interior portion here. For the adults, do not live with their parents. Like, it just totally depends on finances and a lot of different things. But I moved out quite early. Soon as I was 17, I moved out. Even though I do love my family. So it wasn't really a need to, outside of my own compulsion to. Okay, I think that's working. I feel like we can still need to move maybe these back a little. Oh man, so much more repositioning than I thought. Let's turn on the HP torso and body. Make sure that everything's looking good. Where am I? Oh, there. Okay, so we are clipping through this now. That's what I was afraid of. Let's select the objects in here and just move forward. We need to move them up as well. Because if we move the jaw here, it's odds are it'll clip through this thing. And then as for where the jaw rotates, if we put it back here, no, it needs to rotate there. Challenging. Challenging. Edit. Space these out so I have a little bit more control on them. I can move them around should I require. Move forward. All right, we've got that. Oh boy. Extreme challenge. I think we have to rotate the head back. We have to move the head forward. We need more space. That's really the main thing. I'm just gonna go a little extreme. Move it all the way back. Boundary loop. It's fine with me. Okay. And then what else is poking through the jaw here? Just the head itself. Yeah, yeah. Then we'll take our internal here, move that forward, like that. Go. All right. Then bottom of this will move forward as well. Whew, holy moly. This is hard. I'm actually feeling like I'm struggling a little bit. We're so close to done, but it's just one of those things that's like just a bunch of little small pieces moving them one at a time, one piece at a time. Those are always the hardest. Okay, but I think with this setup, like this, what I'll be able to do when we get to rigging, I'll be able to move the top of the mouth with the jaw, so we won't ever see this kind of clipping. I hope. I believe. There. Yeah, that looks dope. Okay. I think we're good now. And now we can actually start retopologizing it. Also, sit down. Time to sit down. You can sit down. Go ahead and sit down. Oh. That one really tuckered me out. I was feeling challenged, stressed. Hmm. I think I still want to adjust these two pieces. Take them. And what we want to do is rotate them up like this. Maybe you want to drink coffee too. It's the best. Well, it's maybe not the best, but it is very good. I just feel like in our a lot of cultures, or at least American culture here, everything's like so sweet. It's really nice to have something that's very savory. You don't get a lot of like savory drinks anymore. It's all like sugar and this and that. I like having something that's warm and savory. Let me go make one. Okay. I think that is as good as this is going to get for the face, at least for now. Let's just turn on everything else. Kind of see how it's all balancing. Yeah, that looks good. Nom 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 nom. All right. So now let's turn off everything but the head. And we'll begin to retopologize. So we'll start with this guy. This needs to be a little bit more cleaned up as well. Bam. Bam. All right. A little tighter, a little cleaner. Alrighty. So once again, isolate these. We'll make a plane, which we'll call retopo neck. It's the neck of the men. All right, paste that on. So much retopology. It's always funny how I just end up doing so much of one process like endlessly. I mean, that's just how I set up my schedule. Working on the same avatars at the same time, it just tends that we're working on the same steps at the same time. Welcome back. Hope you're having some good coffee. It's late for you, though. Are you sure you want to be drinking coffee right now? I was just thinking about that. Isn't it like, it's probably like 8 p.m. for you right now? If you got ADHD, coffee makes you sleepy. All of you got like a bunch of it. Or at least that's for me. It's like I have to have a lot of it in order to start feeling that. I have to already be a little tired. 9:35 p.m. My goodness, my goodness, chaotic. Not that I can really judge, but okay. I do need to close up these little gaps in here in the armor plating. So we'll first move a cut to the top, then select the top. Oh, maybe not. Why is it splitting? There we go. Okay, so that will fill in the gap. We'll get a nice clean edge because of that. Boom. Beautiful. And one more. Hello, Vacuum Film. Welcome. I politely requested my sister to make one very politely. It's funny. Very politely making tea. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're working on our mech dragon up above. We're getting to the right now. We're getting to the retopology stage, which is a good place to be. Hello, Drema. Welcome. 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 How's it going? Hello. Hello. Welcome back. Right now we're doing some retopology on our neck for our mech dragon. That's the guy above. And we're just finishing them up. Well, hopefully. More work to do, but we're making good progress. Always more work to do. Bam, bam, and bam. All right, that works well. Then one here, there, everywhere. Bada boom. Digimon. Yeah, it's kind of got a Digimon vibe. It's kind of like that 90s dragon look, which I love. Ronaldo or Messi? Um, like Ronald McDonald? Feel like this is a sports thing. I don't watch that many sports. I did watch the recent football game though, American football, because I went to a party and it was fun because I could just switch whoever I was rooting for whenever. I would just be like, "Oh, they're winning now. Now I'm rooting for this team." I don't think the fans of either team appreciated that, but but it was satisfying to do. Yeah, sorry, I'm not a sports guy. No sports for me. Ronaldo McDonald Donaldo Ronaldo McDonaldo. That's hard to say. I'm sorry. Sorry, Addy. Unfortunately, just never got that sports enthusiasm. War Greymon. Digimon, digital monsters, Autobots. Hmm, maybe I should do here. Whatever. We'll figure that out. It's a little unorganized. Wow. Vacuum film. You don't play sports. You look athletic. Well, thank you. I do try to work out. I think that being fit and athletic is a vital part of being creative. I think artists unfortunately underestimate how important health is in a lot of the work they make, a lot of the things they do. Um, so I definitely am in the camp of be as healthy as possible. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or desire for 3D right now. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Your bunny was looking good. He's looking good. He'll be coming. You'll be kicking butt once you get back to him. I think we will connect these loops like this, where we take these and then this edge loops down into this panel. I like that. Vacuum film, he doesn't look athletic. He looks like Harry Potter. The drink the Decepticons drink looks pretty amazing. Not gonna lie. Energon, I think. Energon. Uh, heck yeah. I always think of yeah, animation has a way of making things look extra delicious. It's like that movie, The Aristocat Cats, where they eat some crackers or something, and it's like, oh, so good. New position, new problems. A little more, and I'll finish Sonic. For now, I'll take a break from modeling. New position equals new problem. Well, at least, moving up, moving up. More responsibility. I need to get my sweater. Anime food always makes me look hungry. I always thought that I would have loved to have seen Ghibli make Harry Potter. Um, I just feel like that would have been the ultimate dream combo. Um, especially when they're eating food. It would have looked amazing. I just feel like that I'm just surprised that's a collaboration that didn't happen because it would have been. It feels like a no-brainer to me. You know, they're all in the Great Hall, like eating all the food the elves have made. Did anyone see the new Miyazaki movie? I still haven't seen it yet. It looked good, but I just I haven't really watched any movies in a long time now. But was it good? I asked Siri why I'm still single. It activated the front camera. What are the specifications for your PC? I have 2060 NVIDIA and a I have like 32 gigabytes of RAM, I believe. So not too shabby, too shabby. Um, it gets the job done. It does suffer. It struggles a little bit when doing Substance Painter, though. Most definitely. I'd love to get some upgrades in. New RAM, probably number one priority, and then a new graphics card after that. I'd prefer to get just like a few more sticks of RAM. Blender not use much CPU. It's not too bad, and there's a lot of ways to avoid it getting like too heavy. Um, like you can like for sculpting and stuff. That's probably the most. Unless you're doing like simulations, I think you can do pretty much everything just in with the standard Blender. Excuse me. Yeah, Blender's not too bad. I used to run it on my MacBook. I still can. It's quite old MacBook now. It's like a 10-year-old MacBook, and it seems to handle Blender pretty well, even when sculpting and stuff. It's my favorite donate candy people treat like when donate does in the call place. There's a great Onion, which is like a satire um, website. And they have a great one like man donates 200 kitties, says he will donate again. What a philanthropist. I run Blender on the JW. Good morning. M1 chip still runs nice. Afraid I don't know which is that Mac chip M1. JB subscribe. JW subscribe. Thank you. I think they're subscribe. Self promo time. Everyone subscribe all at once. I'll lower the bevel a little bit. I want it to look a little bit sharper than this. Yeah, that looks nice. I rendered the rabbit on a laptop with 1060 3 GB video card. Oh wow! But I already brought a laptop with 3060 6 GB video card. The difference between them is just space. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought you subscribed. Yes, morning. Good morning. Yes, Mac, relatively new. I was expecting to see smoke when running simulations. Yes. I remember my little MacBook just very much. Wee! No, the little fan's trying as hard as it can. Go, little laptop, go. So I started at the beginning again, hopefully minus mistakes. If I just make a second UV on the model to bake the text from UV1 to UV2, I can make edits like adding, tries, dissolving verts without it going haywire, right? Um, Dissolving can sometimes move things around, but generally it keeps the shape of it. There may be some cleanup required. Overall, though, yes, but there can be ways for it to pull itself apart, especially if you dissolve seams. Then it might like move vertices on your UV map, but usually only if you're dissolving those seams. Yes, I'm live on Twitch as well. I'm on Kick, Twitter, shout out Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. So I'm on a few different platforms. I'm growing. Soon I'll be, you know, I'll be worldwide famous for Blender. Mr. Worldwide of Blender. Worldwide Blender. Doubtful. There's no real seams that I can see. I'm making them from scratch. Oh, interesting. Uh, hmm. You can do just to ensure that it doesn't happen is in your original UV map, select everything and then select just the border, the island border for uh your islands, or just select the boundaries, and then you can mark seam, and that way um you can recover those seams. And then today was a terrible day. My ex got hit by a school bus and I lost my job as a bus driver. Soon you're gonna be in do they need bus drivers in prison? Bam. Bye. Sorry, my family's heading out. Going somewhere. Not entirely sure where, to be honest. Not entirely sure. Bam. That looks a little goofy. Oh, because I moved this too low. It should be right there. That feels better. Bam. Bam. we go. Much better. And then we'll bring down the neck there. One, two, three, four, five. Bridge those. Nice. And then space these. All right, beautiful. Now we're going to isolate this, go into sculpt mode with our slide relax tool. Just ease these around. Should keep the form while easing out some of the stretching here. Fine. Cigarettes are good for the environment because they kill people. Has anyone ever seen the show Utopia? Now that's a good show. Reminds me of that. Hard service retopo. We're getting into it. Round 2. What's in that show? Murder. Conspiracy. A little bit more murder and conspiracy. Very cinematic shots. British accents. The Raisin Man. That is an actual character in the show. He's the Raisin Man. Man versus Wild. I don't think so. I know of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it. Uh-oh. Okay, good. There's a thing that covers it. We'll probably still need to scale it just a little. I'm going to make this a bit bigger. It's like the second time I've done that, where I somehow close all the other collections when I don't mean to. Mm. I think that's fine. It's going to be covered up, and we can move the torso later. Okay. I think we'll live with that. What's in that show? Animal abuse. I mean, any form of eating animals is abuse on some level. Doesn't stop me from eating them. send these to retopo body. And apply this and this. And just want to shave off this little corner right there. Let's make a cube. And I'll take this and extrude it down, scale it in. And that should be enough to bevel, or sorry, to Boolean cut our object here. So we'll call this bool, what piece this is, flap. And we'll move it into hidden. Take this, add in a Boolean modifier, hit it with bool flap, intersect. Works well. And voila, that works now. I kind of want one more piece up top though. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. All right. Need to retopologize this. So make a object, call it a retopo flap. Tab, RX90, boop, boop. Awesome. And one at a time. Cut them and move them to the right spot. Up there, there. And all right. Close that. Got a good start already. this spot, put it right in the corner there. There's a lot of little individual pieces here. That's fine with me. Move it into the corner. No, I am not. I am an atheist. Bam. So, question mark? So in what way? In what way do you mean so? Bam. And there we go. I could not hear what's your religion. I am not religious. I am an atheist. I am without religion. One may even say anti-religion. And we'll put this over here. But I don't mind. I certainly don't. People's beliefs are their own. So I'm not here to convince people that to not believe in anything. But certainly I remain a skeptic. Mm-hmm. No gods, no kings, only man. I have some very critical views of religion, but I also don't think that I necessarily need to say them. I don't want to judge people. I just am very, very skeptical and critical of religion as a whole, especially organized religion. Tell me. Not too much to tell. Sadly, we still have a king. Oh, yeah. I think for anyone, I always say my favorite phrase, which is, people are like, "Oh, why don't you believe in a god?" And it's like, well, I just believe the same amount of gods you do, which is, but minus one. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I believe in, I'm Christian or this and that." And it's like, well, I believe, and we agree in we concur in our belief of every other god except for your god. May not be quite clear, but yeah, suffice to say, I have only grown more and more skeptical of religion over time. I grew up Christian, though, in a sense. I grew up attending church and listening to sermons and things like that, but I have no interest in it. I think that I prefer to believe that we're on our own and there's a lot of freedom in the idea that we are the only ones that have control of our destiny, personal or otherwise. And even if you don't agree with me, I think that in a world where there are many religions, the only common ground between religions can be secularism and the we have to make laws in the absence of religion, most importantly. Some people haven't need the comfort of God. We just don't. Exactly. Well, hello, fellow atheist. Ooh. Excuse me. You know, I'll actually move this one here. This one here. Bam. So I can dissolve this edge. And I suppose run a cut the other side. Or dissolve this one. That works either way. But yeah. Not too much to tell. Not many justifications I need to provide, or I don't feel compelled to justify anything, any of my beliefs or lack thereof. Ooh. And we'll lower that down to 1. And now we've got our retopo flap. I love your stream today. Thanks for answering all my questions. I'll catch you tomorrow for another round of awesome content. Take care and bye. Sounds good. Sound good. Adios. We'll catch you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming by and have a good one. Boom. And thanks for everyone else who's coming by today. Super appreciate y'all hanging out and chilling. It's night. Say good night to me. Good night. Adios. Do that one. There. And I think we'll do just one more round of cuts. Like so. All right, that looks quite good. It's always nice to model alongside. It is. It is. What are you working on today? All right. These retopos are done. This one's super easy. Let's duplicate. Send that to retopo body. And we got our solidify, which we can apply the mirror. I guess we can do the bevel. We do the bevel above it only if we delete this face. I have a few projects right now working, figuring out a model for VRChat. Okay. Okay. I believe you mentioned a project you're working on, but I just can't quite remember. Perfect. Beautiful. We're so close to done, y'all. So close to done. We're almost done, yens. And then we have a hand and the axe. All right, so this is all the retopology that we've done so far. It's quite a bit. It's extensive. Oh, we're at 60,000. Good to know. Good to know. I wonder if any of these have a subdivision on them. Well, I think with all the different expressions, no matter what, we're probably going to end up over 70,000. I'm surprised though. I didn't expect. Oh, well, that's why. Look at that. Jeez. Okay. All right, we got some optimization we can do. Gotcha. Yeah, there were some subdivisions on. Why? More of an experiment. I'm definitely going to use it when I'm done. Well, good. I mean, that's the best. I think it's so cool that this kind of work can afford you the time to do all like these like fun experiments and really have like a fun place to do them all. We could probably collapse that one. No, we'll leave that. But we can delete the bottom. It won't be seen. Okay, yeah. Just changing that one alone dropped it down 10,000 vertices. Okay. I think we may have just had a little too much going on there. Absolutely. Most have been making coaster models and things, but I've enjoying characters a lot too. Like for 3D printing. Now, when you say coasters, yeah, look at those. Way too dense right here. Okay, much better. Now we're down to 50,000, which brings us back to our 70,000 budget quite nicely. Roller coasters. I started Blender ambitiously. Oh, that's awesome. I feel like that's a fun place to start. Games are always, I think, the best place to start for a lot of this work. It's like you get a very immediate satisfaction out of it. There's a lot of fun, interesting things to do. Will this work? I think it's worth trying. Worth. A lot of little bevels on Mac. Hello, Fear of God. Welcome. How the to F do you have two streams going on? Yo, why do you have two streams? I'm on Restream. So Restream is a platform where you can do multi-stream. So yeah, I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. Where else am I? Twitter, Kick. Just four platforms though. I think any more than that probably be a little confused by the chat. It'd get a little hard to keep up with everything. Two ongoing streams on Kick. Interesting. I shouldn't. I'm powerful that way. Sounds like a bug. Sounds like a bug. I'm a god. I can at least say that I'm certainly intending to do that. There's one, and then the other one is the one with the Vadio cat. Interesting. That must be like a re-stream or something. Like a that one's certainly not live. That was a while ago. It's probably just a like a replay thing. But I haven't set up anything to do that. So that is interesting to hear. Do, 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 do. All right. Bevel Roni. I think we got to do offset. So I'll do that. Offset. Can't go any farther than that. It's probably okay. So it gives us nice sharp results on the X. Oh, any tips to get into modeling professionally? Um, So two things that I think are like my main golden rules for getting into the industry is to first like find someone that is doing like exactly what you want to do. Um, and find like you just want to basically set their portfolio as the goal for your work. So like someone's doing work that you really like and you know that they're getting hired. Hello, Thorn, welcome. Um, then you just want to follow that. Like that is your blueprint for getting it to for getting in the industry. Because if you know that they're getting work, then you know how to do that for yourself. Um, seem really chill. Not gonna lie. Well, thank you. Sometimes, every now and then, I have a big bout of anger. Just scream. That's a lie. um, change my name and profile picture. Please rate it lol JF. I will take a look in a moment. I don't see a profile picture on my end, or at least on the restream side of things. I'll take a look in a moment. Did I bevel this with 3? No, just 2. Just for fun. Is your YouTube the same as your King? Yes, correct. I'm under Sam Dutter on everything. Everything. Um. All right, that looks so much cleaner. Except this right here. Points SX0. Interesting. Why is this so dented looking? Hmm. Congrats for 700 subs, bro. Congrats. Did I just hit 700? That's so weird. I feel like I didn't get any notifications. That's so wild. Well, thank you all for the subs. I'll have to double check my notifications. I should be getting them. Oh, you know what? Some people can subscribe anonymously. I forgot about that. That is a thing. Wow, we did it. Thank you all. Awesome. That's really exciting. I was kind of like sitting here like, man, I was hoping to get more subs today. I guess they are happening. I just don't hear them. But thank you everyone that's lurking out there that subscribed. Super, super appreciated. Um, thank you. Interesting. Live count. It's so funny looking at my stats. I'll just show you all. For like my lifetime of the channel. Because I've had this channel for like a long, long time. Um, and it's basically like years and years of nothing. I'm not that I was streaming. I would just post some videos every now. I mean, this was me just watching, and then I eventually made some videos. Now things are going up. It's awesome. Views. Boom. Thank you all. Super appreciate it. Um, we're moving up in the world. Yay. I'll have to do a little drawing or something for like, yeah, 700. The amount of work that goes to create these is absolutely heart wrenching. You are not wrong. It does take a little bit of what's the word? Masochism. You got to be okay with some long hours. Jai, Shri, Ram, thank you for coming by. Thank you for the emotes. And how much does it take for a bunch of people to watch on a daily basis? I've been streaming for about. Well, the one caveat is I didn't start this to be a streamer. So if you are looking to become a streamer, just know that my story is a little different. Um, but generally, it's been about 4 years of streaming. But I initially got into it just to be productive and keep myself on track because I was very prone to being lazy. uh, and I still can be. uh, Bam, mark those sharp. So it's a little bit different. But yeah, generally I've been streaming for going on. I mean, a few people here in chat. Shout out to the regulars. Uh, I think they've been hanging out with me for about maybe 2 years at this point, on and off. Um, it's a very different feeling for compared to the past when you're like first starting out. Now it feels like kind of like going to a cafe and I'm sitting down, everyone's kind of doing their thing and working. I like that feeling. Um, Certainly at the very beginning, just get some odd moments where odd things happen. People ask you strange things and stuff. I'm gonna crack open a cold one for the 700 subs. It's gonna be 5 p.m. So yeah, I'll have to break it open. Maybe I'll do like a little TikToker or something, a little short to celebrate. Your growing YouTube recommended this stream to me. Well, thank you. Well, good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I think streaming, since I've done the multi-stream now, it's helped quite a bit. Do you also join VC channels in your Discord channel? Very rarely. Honestly, it's hard for me to once I'm off streaming. It's very hard for me to want to like go and do more stream oriented stuff. I was like, I think there's a kind of balance there, but I do want to do more things where I am interacting with directly with y'all, doing fun things, um, and not just like just make it a little bit more interactive in some way. So I have some plans for some things I'd like to do, um, like I really am enamored with the idea of doing some sort of D&D oriented thing, or role play oriented thing on in VRChat with y'all. Like bring everyone in and I don't know, make you fight some zombies or something. This one is for VRChat too. I do a lot of VRChat. All of these characters I'm making are for VRChat. Yes. So this is a commission for a client. Hope you reach 100K and obtain your play button. Thank you, Thor. We'll get there. I'll put it on my belt buckle. We'll get there someday. That would be a cool feeling. Some sort of tactile representation of my all my hard work. All my hard work. Thank you all for hanging out, and I do appreciate y'all chilling with me, hanging out with me so regularly. It's super cool to see it, the channel growing. I didn't really ever expect to form any sort of community. I just because kind of like you know streaming is better than sitting in a room alone, and now I really am like building a community around it. Feels good. Feels good. Um, what would you say if 100K plus people could see and hear you? Um, I don't know. That's a weird feeling. I probably feel a little on the spot. Do you take any payment in advance? Like what happens if a client just backs out? I'd love to answer that because I do think payment policy is very important. So basically, I take a upfront fee um, for uh, to hold the commission slot. So um, before we begin, I take $100 to just hold that commission slot, and so if people change their mind, I'm not put out. Um, we'll clip that for the 100K sub flash video. We'll be like a deer in headlights. That's the kind of feeling I think I would have. But so my payment policy is very specific now, and I'll just list it out. So I take $100 down payment to hold it, and that applies to the full cost. If you cancel before we start the commission, I hold on to that $100, but no other money is spent. And then once the commission starts, either I take the full amount up front or half, and then during that first week of work, you can refund, and you can get half back. And then into the second week of work, there's no possibility of a refund, um, because I've basically worked 40 hours at that point. And it gets a little tricky to it gets very tricky financially if I were to do a refund that late into the process. And I really prefer, so this may surprise some people, but like I generally do not like getting paid early. Uh, I like I do like getting paid either when the week starts or at the end. Some people take the whole payment, and some people want to pay the whole commission price like up front. But just with some bad experiences, I feel like that I've had, like I would prefer to just get it towards the end. You should upload gaming videos. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. I'd probably do more like VRChat related content than anything else. Uh, though I do want to play Lethal Company in VR at some point. I think that'd be fun. This says a lot about you as a person. I suppose so. Stress avoidant. I definitely am a creature of comfort. All right, it's time to work on the head proper. We'll start with the jaw. Now we could use a little bit of cleanup before we really get into it. You're like a freaking tattoo artist. Your client give you ideas, and you give them these absolute units. Oh, thank you. I do love what I do, and I really feel like my quality has hit a really good spot in the last like just 6 months. Really, I'm very proud of everything I made before, but I feel like even a year ago, I had a lot of like I was still figuring out my process, but now it doesn't feel like there's that many questions. Um, yeah, feels like I've kind of I'm ready for anything now, and I'm looking forward to. I love the challenge of a new kind of new avatar, a new type of avatar, etc. I'm growing. That's the addictive part of this kind of work, is you can feel your skills grow, and you just want to do a little bit more and a little bit more, and then maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna raise this up. And there should be one other edge here. All of them polygons are making me sick. There are a lot. There are a lot. Um, but we've slowly simplified everything. If that makes you feel better. One spot at a time. Okay. Nice. I feel like that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and start that retopology. More polygons equals better animation. Um, it can. It can. It really depends on. So basically, the more polygons, the slower things can run. Um, like you, like for a video game, usually you probably wouldn't want any more than like a million polygons in one scene, and that's with everything: environment, characters, pretty much everything you could think of that would fit in there. You wouldn't want all of that to add up to more than a million. Generally, you can set whatever number you want. Some games really go overboard, especially like for um, high end PC games. But uh, if you want something to move nicely, like like a tail or something, like when it curves and bends, if it has less polygons, you will see it kind of jagged. So the more polygons on the tail usually makes it look smoother. Um, but you could be going for an effect where you do want it to look jagged. Like think of all those. There's a lot of like PS1 style games coming out that kind of take advantage of that retro look. Where am I from? I am from California, United States. I currently live in Texas. Good old Tejas. See, I'm in Texas right now. Familiar with Austin area? That's where I'm at. Um, it's a nice place. I really like it here. Who knows where I'll end up once I actually settle down? If I even ever live up to what that word means. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at. It's a nice area, and it's cool. Why are all them Cali people moving to Texas? And for me and many others, it just comes down to one thing: money. uh, California is really expensive, and especially like living costs. Like, like I was just talking to someone. They were renting a two-bedroom apartment in San Diego for like $3,300, and that's before they moved. Homeless warfare. um, but yeah, it's nuts. Like the amount of money people are spending just on rent, and that's not even like in some of those places. It's not my home. This is not my house. I am renting it. Um, renting it with my brother. Yeah, moving from VA to CA was very jarring. Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. And then Californians can be very judgmental as well. I say judging Californians. It can be a rather mm, what's the word, stratified place to live. People in Texas, they don't particularly care for Californians, but they're nice in Texas. It's probably better to say they don't care for California as a government. They don't. They're pretty neutral about Californians in general, but they don't like California. Jesus, rent is so expensive in the U.S. Here, the rent for a two-bedroom apartment reaches up to $507, depending on where you are renting it. Yeah, it's it's unlivable. I remember still paying like $1,000 in rent a month, and I was living in a four-bedroom with five people. like, like it was. It's it's unrealistic how expensive it is. Something's got to give. Missing Southern hospitality now, lol. Yeah. America. Fuck yeah. Coming together save a motherfucking day. Yeah. Freedom is the only way. Yeah. That movie's hilarious. Still love America. Still love California. I really only miss California because of the the environment. It's as in the natural splendor. It is a very beautiful state, and the temperature is always quite nice. You pretty much could wear a sweater year round or shorts year round, and I miss that. I don't particularly care for humidity. How much do I pay for rent? Where I'm currently at, I pay around $800 for rent. How can people afford life in the US? No free healthcare, expensive ass rent, not to mention the shrinking middle class. Well, it's unfortunate that the shrinking middle class does apply to more than just America. Um, yeah, I have some thoughts. I definitely prefer. I think healthcare should be a human right. I think that it's pretty ludicrous that we don't have it yet. Maybe someday, but it's been too long a struggle. But yeah, I'm all for universal healthcare because I think it's just a very simple investment in making your economy stronger. It's pretty much a no-brainer. But I think I'm gonna head out now, but I might come back later. See ya. Sounds good, Thorn. Enjoy your day. Thanks for coming by, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, sorry. How much did I pay for rent? I said $100. Let me move my mic a little closer. Right around $800 for rent. And generally, you would, and there are inexpensive places to live in California or in the United States. Excuse me. Um, you can find much cheaper rent. A lot of places you could move, but at the same time, some places don't have the same opportunities. So uh, right now, I've just moved out here to be closer with my family. So that's my main goal for being out here. Specifically, my brother, and of course, because it's expensive to live in California. Too expensive. Ideally, though, I think my like long term goal. I can't help but love the idea of doing like digital nomad lifestyle, just like working on the go, traveling a bunch. I don't know if I'll ever do that, but I just entertain the idea all the time. I think about it a lot. Because then I go to Europe and other places and just enjoy my time making art. It seems a little bit more possible now than in the past. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting place to be, and it's going to be a very interesting year with the election. That is for sure. Election year, baby. What are you using to retopologize quickly? I tried Retopoflow a few times, and that workflow was confusing for me. Hello, Rashad. Welcome. I'm actually just doing standard editing. I'm retopologizing right now, and I just use standard editing um, because they introduced this retopology view. I think in like 3.2, 1 to 3.2, and just this alone makes it so easy to work with, and you don't have to like learn new hotkeys or anything. Um, Excuse me.
And there's also something I learned recently. It may work for some people, may not work for others, but there is actually a remesh option. So if you go click on your object and you're in the vertex data tab or the data tab, there's a remesh quad remesh option now. And I was messing around with this the other day. Why don't we just see what it does? I mesh this. I hit quad remesh. Oh, okay, it didn't work. It's a little finicky. I wasn't quite getting it to work, but it seems like a good option when it does, especially for simpler things. So those would be my recommendations. There are some paid tools out there, but other than that, I just prefer doing it by hand, which may not be exciting to hear, but it's certainly time consuming, but it gives me the results I want and need. I would say this, it's probably worth doing it just by hand in order to know what tool actually does give you the results you want. Same with UV mapping. It's like you should, same with rigging and UV mapping. There's just a few things that it's good to do it by hand so that when you find a tool that works, you understand how it's saving you time and how to fix any errors it might have. For rigging, I use Auto Rig Pro. I love that tool. I talk about it a lot. I talk about it maybe too much, but it's a fantastic tool. I absolutely love it. And I definitely recommend anyone that's interested in doing character work just to check it out, especially if you're doing game design work, because it has some built-in um, export features that are super nice. Anyway, I could go on, but if you have any other questions, let me know. Oh, and this tool I'm using here to arrange things, this is essential for my topology workflow. This is the Loop Tools add-on. This comes with Blender. It's not enabled by default, but you can find it in your preferences if you just search Loop Tools. This comes with Blender, and it is such a nice, easy way to work with a loop or a set of things where you can space things evenly, relax them. You know, makes a huge difference in this workflow. So perhaps that's what you were asking earlier. But if anyone else has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm just farting around, and we got another 30 minutes in our first stream of the day. We'll be going on lunch in about 30 minutes. Man, it has been a day. Welcome back, Era. Hopefully they found that button that you needed to point out to them. And welcome back. Did you help them find the button? Yeah. It ended up being way more complex of a situation. It was a rabbit hole. When tech goes wrong. You should write a book. When tech goes wrong. The broken run led to 7 other found broken things. Oh no. and our UI is just broken. Maybe I should do that. Oh, I misjudged how that was lined up. Well, at least you have a little break now. And at least, you were saying last week how you were bored, not having anything to do. Now you've got perhaps much to do. There we go. Now the loops here will go all the way around the jaw, nicely contained, nicely tamed. No, this will probably stall things again. Oh no. The curse. The curse continues. Is someone getting fired over this? Like, I feel like your boss must be looking to chop some heads at this point. It's been a long time. Smurftree 121. Hello. Welcome back, Smurftree. It has been a while. How you doing? The issue? No. The dev team, I fucking wish. It sounds like they just aren't. I mean, yeah. I can only speculate, but I'm sure there's a lot of issues with how they're approaching things. But how you doing, Smurf? What have you been up to? I'm doing quite well. We're working on this mech dragon above me right there. And kicking butt. Just regular butt kicking stuff. Butt Kickers United. The issue likely stemmed from the engineers having to make things do things they weren't designed to do. The devs had done their fucking shit on time, right? What happened to? Oh, we finished him. He got finished a while back. I can pull him open in just a moment. Oops. Hello, Kaiser. Welcome. You guys caught me just towards the end of my morning stream. We have 30 minutes before we end our morning stream, but appreciate y'all coming by. Remaking my body templates topology once more. This time, naked body went from 21k polys to 12k. Yay! Just like Dishonored 1 from 2000 retopology. Okay. So arms, legs are 8-sided, fingers as well. Good. Yeah, I'd like this is something I'd like to make a tutorial about eventually, but having really consistent loops, like whether they're 8 or 16 or whatever, is very important. Very, very important. You want to know how your work comes together. But yeah, let me open up Rurek. We'll show him off real quick. He's actually Maybe I should open Unity because he's fuzzy in Unity. We'll just do it here. Excuse me. Cylinders should be a number that can divide by 8, like 1632. Not sure about 24, though. No. I can say for sure. You want it to be a... Yeah, because that's not... you want an edge in the middle. Yeah, here's Rurek. Came together super well. I should probably show off his... Oh, he is fuzzy. Yeah, so his tail came out fuzzy. And he's got this cheek fuzz. And I think I have a mask here. Or this clothing, this outfit here. It's kind of standard clothing. That came out looking pretty good. Ignore the missing feet. And then we've got his military gear, which came out nicely. Look at those boots. Boom. And then if I go back to the clothing and invert this, it would be the other outfit. Sort of. He has some more outfits, but it'd be hard to pull them apart at this point. Yeah, he came out well. I should do like a breakdown of the avatars I've finished. That would be a smart thing to do. Like a synopsis. Because I always want to show them off, but my instinct is to make it too elaborate. I should just do like more of a relaxed and a simple way. Oh well. I made chains from 6-sided cylinder because 4 is just squarish. Lol. And 8 is way too much to spend at flat face on 6-sided cylinder face. That way 2 edges are by sides in and outer. Smart. You're being efficient. Being very, very efficient. That's good. It's a good instinct to have. Very good instinct to have. All right, so this is retopo job. And we'll drop that right there. And then we'll go back to here. So these ones are done. Now we're going to do the head. These ones will also be a separate object. So this is going to be its own thing. Funny. All right. Alrighty, right. Okay, so let's work on the head now. I think we can finish this before we go to lunch. That's the hope, at least. And then we'll actually be done with all the retopology today. But if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. I know I'm just farting around on this retopology, but I'd be happy to answer any questions y'all have. Also, just a question for y'all. Bro! Do you have a question, Jayashri? Let's space this correctly. Space and space. Perhaps no question, just exclamation. Yes, go right ahead. 0.6 SX0. Boom. And then we can bring this down. Do I have a girlfriend? I do not. I not really in a rush to be in a relationship at the moment. I basically have been in over 8 years of long-term relationship, so I'm kind of enjoying single life. I enjoy my bachelorhood, and I appreciate it a little bit more after being in long-term relationships. But certainly, why can't I select this? This should be getting projected onto the mesh. Oh, I turned it off. Never mind. Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe someday. I think at this point it's just like I would love to meet someone that has very similar interests as me. Likes VR. No. A nerd. A nerd. A nerd. But we'll see how it goes. I think I'll keep this object separate. That way I can keep this low res and keep that a little bit higher res. Blender power couple. Exactly. It's also like, okay, not to be pessimistic, but it's like, okay, I really have to work super hard, and being in a relationship is expensive. It's like, okay, I really want to get some savings so I can retire at a reasonable age. And being in a relationship's actually a detriment to that. Like, okay, go on dates below $200 a month on extraneous things. Like, I'd rather have a nicer computer. I'd rather have a nicer computer. uh, who knows? We'll see how it all plays out. Goofy stuff. Bam. There we go. Hello, Adyash. Welcome back. Welcome back. Staying up late. Staying up late. I was bored. Well, I'll be streaming for another 20 minutes and then going on lunch. I don't like how this loops around the eye. Okay. But I do appreciate you coming by again. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. This loops. It should loop the other way. I need to combine these. Like this. So that's a loop. This goes over. This goes over. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. It's making my sister's project, Revenge of Coffee. 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 Didn't she make you coffee? Now you're extracting revenge from her? I remember you hearing me. I remember you telling me she was making coffee. Bam. Oh, this is way off center. Maybe, can I loop it the other way? Where we do this. That way, we can add as much resolution to the end of the head as we want. Space that, paste it. Boom. All right. Bada boom. I guess I could, yeah, let's add the resolution here. So if we do this, that way, make a loop around the eye. That gets really useful later. Cubone. .6. Bam. Bam. Run a cut there. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Whew. I'm glad that we finished almost all the tuft work on Ebonhorn. That's going to make it a lot easier to work with later. Make the avatar a lot easier to work with. Or today. It's going to make it a lot easier to work with later today. Boom. Bada, bada, boom. We're going to add a few more cuts to the mouth because this is going to move quite a bit. So I think we'll get a little bit more flexibility in there. Flexibility. Happy Eben. Happy Eben. He's just a happy guy. I'm sure we'll still get wrapped up in summary topology for him, but because that's just how it goes at this stage. But we're getting close. Close to the end. Close to the end. Did I update the invoice yet? No, I did not. I will take a look at that during lunch. For some reason, I was just thought I was still waiting. But I will take a look in just a moment. Dang, that looks dope. Looks dope. Can always add another cut here. Should I require it? I think we'll just start by moving it all the way across, rather than going into the groove just yet. Dope. Boop. All right, I have a question. For non-Americans, what is the funniest American phrase that you hear? Like, what's the comic? What's a silly American phrase you hear often? Because I say dope a lot, but it's just like that's almost Californian as well. Over just being an American phrase. I gotta know how silly I sound. I have the answer. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, Adyash. I could run a cut. I will not tell. I mean, I don't mind. A secret phrase? Well, that's why I want to know. What's the silliest American phrase? Y'all? That's a funny one. Y'all is a good one. This one is in a weird spot. Then we can close this. So close. Hard to say, as Americans, American culture are so prevalent. I am somewhat desensitized. That's fair. That's fair. I can hear my cat trying to get into the laundry room. The way you guys say twat makes my toes curl. Twat, 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 twat. In a good way, though, right? No? Cat, hat, twat. So did I say it the right way then? The correct way? I'm just curious what you hear Americans say that you think is funny. Like, what's an American expression phrase? But just now, but my toes are still curled on the first attempt. Curled backwards. I bevel this. That. One thing that Americans do the silliest. Could I tell? Yeah, absolutely. Did you not wash their ass with water? I'm a big fan of bidets. I am a big fan of bidets. But it's not quite what I was asking. Bidet to you. Not quite what I was asking. I gotta agree with you. I wish there were more Americans that use bidets. Walmart would be a different place. Lux.
You want to say hi to everyone? You want to say hi to everyone? You want to say hi? Come here.
Oh, hello. You're so sniffly. Oh, what are you doing? you doing? Being wheezy? Down you go. Kitty! Kitty cat! She's slowly begun to realize her true power of being able to open doors. And so now she's like trying to open every door. Hello, Miss Cat. And that's little Luxaroonie. Lux. My brother named her after the League of Legends character. How many cats do I have? Just the one. Just the one. I'd be down to have more cats, but probably not for a while. I think long term I'll be like a cat lady. That's my like life goal. Have too many cats. I definitely prefer cats over dogs. What's the cat's name? It's Lux. 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 Almost done. I think we'll, after I finish up this little tweak, we'll go on lunch. Yandere Waifu, welcome. Business over cat slash dogs, or bunnies or slash. I was like, business over cats and dogs. It's a workaholic. Hello, Taha109. Go. I bathe every day with Lux. Leave my cat alone. How's your stream going? It's going well, Taha. So, also, welcome, Yandere. Hope you're having a good day. I like bunnies. I like bunnies. They kind of freak me out though. I prefer more expressive creatures. But I do understand the appeal. One animal that I always kind of want to get, but then like kind of have to, I don't think I'd have the energy for, are birds. Lux is a famous soap company. Gotcha. My bunny is named Vesper. He hates everyone. Good. Evil bunny. Your bunny's related to the bunny from Monty Python. I also have a bunny. Well, heck yeah. Do I stream daily? I do stream daily. Every weekday at least. So basically daily, yeah. And I work on VRChat avatars. Right now I'm working on retopologizing this head piece for the mech guy above me. So it's his head. My bunny's name is Boone. Very charming. He'll never bite, but he gives me meat looks. I don't know if I've ever seen a bunny look angry or mean. You can just tell in his vicious little eyes. Tiny, vicious eyes. Actually, I want to make something for your channel to make it cool, attractive, and professional. If you're going to solicit, I am uninterested. No, thank you. I appreciate your offer, Taha, but I will pass. There we go. Extrude that, shrink it. And we want to fill that in there. And then close this off. All right, look at that. It's coming out super well. Bam. All right. And then we can close this spot here. Okay, we're just going to finish the head, and then it's lunchtime. I'm getting very hungry, but I also do not want to return to this when it's unfinished. So close, so far. Bada boom. So close. Look how good he looks. My goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do I have any good retopology tutorials? I have been thinking of making one. Would really like to. I don't have any to recommend though, unfortunately. None are. Usually, I'd look up like Retopo Flow as an add-on. But I have some plans to make a tutorial myself for retopology because it certainly is a pain and can be quite vexing to work on. But I have a method. I've got my flow, and I'd love to share that sometime soon. Wow. Oh, wow. I tried doing it over, and it's just never right. For me, what I found seems to work the best is just having a good understanding of what you want your UV maps to be like. Like, how is this going to connect with my UV map? And that's really been kind of my like guiding light. What type of model are you looking to retopo or retopologize? Is it an avatar? For VRChat, okay. Then yeah, definitely keep an eye out for my tutorial because I'm going to be going the retopology method I want to do a tutorial on will mostly be for character style retopology. So what I will say is, yeah, it's a little too much to explain at the moment, but I would love to share what I know sometime soon. Sometime soon. We're very close to it's really only in the last like 6 months that I actually understood retopology. I was like, oh, this is how I want it to work. It is definitely a frustrating process a lot of the time. Are you working from a sculpture? I would assume so. Boom. Trying. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I look forward to sharing a little bit more about my process for retopology. I am working on a Minotaur avatar as well. And just a few days ago, I did retopologize him. If you go back through some of my recent live videos, you will see how I retopologize it. And I do offer an explanation there on why I'm doing what I'm doing. Um, it's not a tutorial, but and it is a little bit long, but I would at least point you in the right direction for at least how I think about it. Um, I believe it must have been Wednesday of last week, so sometime around. But hopefully that helps. And if not, definitely feel free to come back with some questions. Um, we'll try to get them sorted. But it is lunchtime for me, so I will be ending the stream here because I've got to go munch and crunch. And hello, sir. Hey there, Hokage. You caught me right at lunch. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But it is lunchtime for me. Um, I'll go check it out. Sounds good, Yandere. Good luck with that, and look forward to seeing if I can help you out with your retubo. Um, have a nice break. I will. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. Arctic, thank you for hanging out. Crunch, or Six, I read Crunch. Sky, thank you for hanging out. Crunch the lunch, I will. Got to get my munch on. Ebonhorn, thank you for coming by. Much love to all of you. Again, thank you all for hanging out. Hokage, I'll catch you in a little bit. I will be back soon. For anyone that's new here, I am going to be streaming in just about an hour and a half from now. I'm just going out for lunch, so definitely follow, subscribe, so you can come back and hang out some more. But we'll see you then, and enjoy your break. In the meantime, bye everyone. Thanks again for hanging out. See you all very, very soon. Bye.